This is Dr. Feelgood from the Institute for the Not Yet Mentally Insane, here to warn you about potential side effects that listening to Nightmares with Malice Cooper may cause. You can suffer breaking out in a cold sweat, difficulty breathing, erectile dysfunction, bedwetting, violent convulsions, decrease in brain cells, random bowel movements, stroke, loss of hair, loss of consciousness and or sanity, and last but not least, possible death. If you suffer from any of these, please seek medical attention. But as always, keep it tuned in right here to Nightmares with Malice Cooper.
We are live. I have Ronnie on the phone right now, Blackhearted.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good, that's good.
It's Tuesday.
It is. Tuesday Shred Day.
Better than Monday.
Better than Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have been, like, everywhere lately. You've been playing shows everywhere.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous, actually. We're just trying to, we're a newer band. We've been around for about a year and a half now, and we're just really trying to play everywhere we possibly can and show everybody what Blackhearted is about.
Well, recently, though, you've, like, literally gone out of town trying to get more places. I mean, a lot of the bands don't leave anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you guys...
Well, I think, like, it's essential to, like, get out there and play places that people don't normally play. And, I mean, for this summer, we're trying to plan, like, a small tour or something and maybe hit up Western Canada with a bigger band, or maybe just do, like, a small, like, weekend tour thing and... just play like small towns or just play anywhere.
How are you guys getting everywhere?
We have the Blackhearted Mobile, which is my 99 Tahoe. And we just save money from each show, and that goes to the gas fund, and we plug it in, and we go.
So that's how you're going to be funding it, is you're going to be using all your gig money just for gas.
Yeah, gig money, merch money, anything we can just to save up, because I've been on tours with bands before, and it's extremely expensive. I don't know how bands do it nowadays. It's pretty crazy.
It's getting crazier, though, right?
Oh yeah, it's like bands are barely getting paid anything, and they're expected to drop all this cash on gas, and
it makes no sense, right?
It for the love of music, it does, but so many guys are going in the hole, are going broke, doing what they love, and it's definitely difficult.
Well, you can't. I mean, mac and cheese only goes so far.
Exactly. Or really cheap gas station popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, so okay, I'm looking at your page. You were at the Merch in Selkirk.
Yeah, we played there last Saturday with Wreckin' Sewin' on the Fly. It was actually one of our biggest and best shows so far. We had tons of people out there singing the words to our songs, and sold a bunch of CDs. Like, it was good.
See?
And On the Fly, I mean, they've been around for a while. One of the more established and deadlier rock bands in the scene of Winnipeg, I'd say. They're wicked.
So, the whole thing, you guys you came out you were unscathed from Selkirk. You you made it back from Selkirk, and you weren't injured in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Selkirk's a pretty crazy town. They love to rock and roll, and we made it home okay.
See, that's a good thing.
I think there might have been some booze, drunk, whatever. But we got home okay. It was good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's Selkirk. Sometimes you don't make it back from Selkirk.
I know too many people who haven't made it back from Selkirk.
Hitchhiking's hard. Nobody wants to stop.
Oh, exactly. Especially when you've got long hair and a black ripped up T-shirt. Yeah,
and you're carrying a guitar.
Carrying a guitar. There might be an arm in there instead of a guitar. You never know. Yeah.
Did you guys ever, go on one of those trips where everything just went completely nuts?
With Blackhearted, not yet.
Okay, good.
It's pretty new. So we've haven't had anything like that really. There's one time we played. When was it? I'm trying to think. It was a few months back. It was at the zoo, and on the way back home, I had a flat tire, and I had to go to work in 3 hours.
Oh, that's no good.
On no sleep, and we're trying to find a place to fill up our tire. It's not crazy, but it's just the way it goes.
Well, you did the Movember show at the Cavern.
Yeah, that was good too. That was with Gary Gatch and Sunny Days. He's actually a rapper. It was a cool show. Diverse genres of music. All those guys are extremely talented, and we got great reception. It was crazy actually, the reception we got, because the people who came out to watch didn't really look like they'd bang their heads and air guitar, but we got it going.
Well, there you have it. The Cavern, though, most of the people in there are pretty well-versed in lots of different music, though. They'll shred with, the best of them, really. They're kind of like a mini zoo or something.
Oh, exactly. I would say that exactly. That was the first time I'd ever played the Cavern, and as soon as I walked in there, I fell in love. It's actually my favorite venue now.
Yeah, it's cool in there. I love that place.
Yeah, it's tucked in, one of those rock bar club type things where you're just you're going to discover your next favorite band there.
Yeah, and it's like you're in a basement too. It's cool. It's like dual purpose bar basement.
Oh, exactly, yeah. And then all the staff there is great, like James Brown, the sound guy, and he's so awesome. It's ridiculous how awesome that dude is.
See? We're lucky in Winnipeg. The sound men are usually awesome people.
Oh yeah, totally. All most of the musicians and people who work with music in Winnipeg are just some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So encouraging, very, very supportive. Everybody's just in it together.
Well, we kind of have to be in it together now. Because it's changed so dramatically.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the scene is weird nowadays, I've noticed. It seems to be not as many people going to just anywhere. I guess maybe because the winter was so cold. I think the winter hurt everybody this year. What's your opinion?
Oh yeah, this winter was brutal. It's like, even myself, like, I love going to shows and like checking out different bands and stuff, but there were nights where I'm just like, I think I'm just gonna stay inside and get comfy with my guitar, run a few scales instead of going out and braving this winter. It's been nuts.
You guys have been recording though, too, right?
Oh yeah.
See, that's the difference too. I mean, if you're recording, you're gonna have less time. 'Cause you gotta spend all that time in the studio, 'cause it takes time. Like, 'cause everything takes time. You're doing it independently, right?
Actually, we're lucky enough to work with a great guy it's his birthday today, actually.
Oh?
Smith, he runs a studio out of his house. It's called the Stereo Collective. And we just got out of the studio, actually. We're recording our full-length album there. We just cut the second single off of it called Colder Weather.
You're going to be sending that to me later.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's, I had a lot of help from Mike on that one, like, because it's the first time I dabbled with vocal harmonies and doing anything with my voice that's out of the norm, because, like, I'm specifically just a guitar player before I started Blackhearted, and then I decided I would do vocals for Blackhearted, and I had no idea about vocal harmonies or anything, and Mike's really helped me out with that stuff.
So you never tried that before?
It's really weird. I always did it with guitar solos, or a double or triple track guitar solos and stuff, and then when it came to my voice, I'd always hear guys doing it on records, but I never did it myself.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think I'm gonna definitely use those techniques and stuff on the rest of the full-length record.
Well, cool. But then, okay, who's gonna help you sing them when you're live, though?
Our bassist Joe's gonna do the backup harmonies.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be cool. We're all dabbling in vocals, and because I just absolutely love when you go see a band and you hear something on the record and you're like, how are they gonna pull that off live? And then they nail it. Like, all the band members are just so versatile. It's awesome.
Well, I'm glad you guys are getting it all together for this. You know, because it's important. You know, important.
Oh yeah, and it definitely shows, like, it shows when guys spend a lot of time working on their craft and stuff. Like, if you hear, like, insane vocal harmonies, like, you know those guys worked on that for a while, and they spent a lot of time towards it. Or if you hear, like, virtuosic guitar or bass or drums, like, you know, it's cool to hear that the time went in.
Well, I guess this is technically your first band that you're, like, writing literally everything for, right? I mean, you yourself, you're coming up with the riffs, you're coming up with the vocals, everything, right?
Yeah, it's actually really cool because I used to play with a bunch of different bands around Winnipeg, and it was a really weird situation where I'd either come into the band while they were recording their album, or I'd come into the band when through like a period where they just released a record, and then the thing was I never got the opportunity to write, and that really frustrated me because even though like I'd be writing for new stuff, it would be weird when we would play live and somebody would come up and say, "Oh, I love your guitar solo on the record," or "I love that riff," and it's like, well, I didn't write it. So then I decided with Black Hearted that I wanted to sing, I wanted to write, I wanted to be the driving force behind this band.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool because I've really surprised myself with how far we've gone so far and how far we're taking it.
See, you didn't even think when you started it was going to go as far as it is now.
No, it's actually funny. The first gig we ever played was at an Army-Navy Legion. We played 3 sets of, like, oldies covers.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool, because we're all pretty open-minded and black-hearted, like all 3 of us. There's our bassist, Joe. Our bassist, Joe McDonald, he actually jammed with Victor Wooten, who's a bass virtuoso. Like, I just think that blows my mind. That is cool. And then our drummer, Jordan, who I believe you said you played in the band with his brother.
Well, Julian, he used to be in Satan Zanus with us. Right, Rick? You know, Jordy.
Yeah.
Jordy. Hi, Jordy. I'll just say hi to him.
Yeah. And then Jordan plays in the Hearstman and a bunch of, like, On the Fly. He plays in a bunch of other bands, too, around Winnipeg. And
he's been around the block.
Played this Army-Navy gig, and it turned out to be really good. Like, we had this chemistry. So then I'd actually been writing this full-length album for about 2 years now. Just, like, very slowly coming up with different songs. Like, it was, like, lyrics and then riffs. And then I slowly brought them to the band. And then we started putting them together and knocking them out. And ever since then, we've just been on this we've kept this momentum of just going up and up.
That's incredible. Because you have really, I mean, usually bands take quite a while to get to playing in the clubs, to get to, I mean, you guys are starting off having merch. You guys are starting off, you guys have stuff in the first place. It's not just, you know, like, for example, my band, we don't have nothing. We can't play anywhere because we have to show somebody what we sound like, which is hard to do because we don't have anything, you know?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, I notice it's different with different bands and stuff, like, some bands have, like, merch right off the hop, or they have their CD recorded before they even announce they're a band, and then they push it. But I think that's so cool, and the way that works is because there's no right way to do it, and there's no wrong way to do it either. Everybody's just kind of going for it and doing what they think is right. Like, I figured, like, last year, I found an opportunity to record us for free, and I decided that with these songs being recorded, if people like them, they'd probably want to support the band even more. So I decided to get some T-shirts made, and then ever since then, we've just been going with the merch and going with recordings. And Mike, our guy we record with now, like, he's cutting us a great deal on recording, and it just seems to be working, and we're working as hard as we can to just keep it going. But it definitely didn't happen overnight. It's been a long road of playing. Like, for me, it's been like, I'm 21 now. I've been playing guitar since I was like 14. And it's been a long road of, like, blood, sweat, and tears to kind of get something going, and trying different bands, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And I think I've found something that works now, so I'm just going to keep working my ass off on this.
Well, that's good. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
everything.
I think some people get too caught up in, like, is my band gonna make it? Are we gonna be the greatest rock band ever? Are we gonna be the greatest metal band ever? And I think we should all just be grateful that we're able to play music and we're able to share music with each other. Because I believe music is the greatest entity or force in the world. The fact that us as musicians can create something out of nothing is just, it's awesome.
See, that's the other part. What most people don't realize is, like, for the notes to work together properly, and then the lyrics, they have to fit, and the melody line for the vocals has to go in, and you can make it anything you want it to be. And a lot of people don't know how to put all of it together to make it be a song, you know? Like, they tend to get part ways there, and then, you know, it's like a block. You don't know where it's going, where it's going to lead to. You know, what's the next part going to be? Like, it's not, writing a song isn't just something that's so simple. I think that's where people don't seem to, I guess maybe because of technology, you know, like they can push buttons and make it make sense, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a really great song. In the same
exactly, and I think that's the thing, like you said, lots of people forget is songwriting is an art. It's definitely, there's no wrong way or right way to go about it, but there's definitely an art to it. And a lot of people today, I think, don't realize that you have to put in the hours of writing bad songs, and you have to put in the hours of practicing guitar and practicing bass and practicing drums. And you have to put in those hours of just focusing on it to kind of get something going. Because I'm just going to be, like, come, like, right out with it. Like, there's too many people nowadays who buy a good laptop and then make, like, a song on, like, Pro Tools or something. And there's just, like, no art to it. Like, if you listen to music, like, 20, 30 years ago, like, it's a whole nother level. Like,
well, there's substance.
Like, tons of bands making amazing stuff now, but there's a lot of people, I believe, nowadays that are just like, oh, there's no art to it, I'm just gonna make a song and make some money and go on my way. But you can tell the difference between the guys and girls who put in their hours of dedication to it just by listening to them.
Well, there's emotion to the music, right?
Oh, exactly, yeah, that's it, exactly.
Yeah. Insanity Plague, does that have special meaning to you?
I think, well, I actually wrote the song about Selkirk, which is kind of funny. I kind of tell people different meanings when they ask me, like, what is Insanity Plague about? I'll be like, oh, is this girl I dated before, or it's about this one time when I was drunk and everything seemed insane, but I don't drink, so that doesn't make sense. But yeah, I wrote it about Selkirk, and I think, but not only about Selkirk, but it's just like, it's kind of like that point where we deal with so much bullshit, we start to go insane. And I think everybody's been there. Times where you're just like...
In Selkirk.
Joking aside, Selkirk's a great town. Like, I've, like, tons of friends. I live about, like, minutes away from Selkirk.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I know it.
I lived there for 22 years. No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's where Julian and Jordy come from.
Yeah.
No, they come from just past Lockport, actually.
Past Lockport. Oh, it's close enough.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Anything good that came out of Salt Lake.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah.
Well, other than Smith's birthday, happy birthday, anybody else you want to shout out?
I want to shout out to all the people who support Black Hearted, buy our music, buy our t-shirts, help us keep it going, because without them, we would be nothing. We would just be another band. And although we write the music for ourselves and we love music and it's our passion, if you don't have that support there, it's very difficult to get anywhere. So I thank anybody who's ever taken the time to listen. Who else do I want to do a shout? I want to take a shout out to my mom. Hello, Mom. I love you.
Aw.
I want to shout out to Yngwie Malmsteen and Zach Wilde for being my heroes on guitar. And here's one that we can both share. I want to shout out to the guys in Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Those guys are fucking amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I want them to come back.
They need to come back. They have to.
Yep.
That would be good. And I just wanted to say thank you for doing this interview. Like, I really appreciate it.
Thanks a billion. I'll get this to you after the show, and you can put it up wherever you want.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too. Take care. Stay metal. Shred on.
All right. Thanks a billion.
Yeah, take care.
Okay. Bye. Well, that was fun. Me and Ronnie don't get to talk all that often because he's busy. He's always doing stuff. It's true. He's always on the go. He's a guy on the go more than me. Up next, I have some Neuraxis. This is Asylum.